Hey everybody, and welcome to the first edition of the Looksmaxing podcast. I'm here with, how should we call you?
Close out. Close out works.
Closeout works. Alright, dude. So we're now sitting in quarantine. How have you been?
I've just used it as kind of like a period of self improvement, like no distractions, no obviously alcohol because that's all I was pretty much doing.
You're an alcoholic, huh?
Well, it's actually funny because I was worried I might be, but then I haven't drank once since I couldn't go nightclubbing. So I actually think I'm just like a nightclubaholic.
Yeah, you just drink socially, like you don't drink on your
Yeah,
own.
I'm
And
just addicted to
since
clubbing.
you go out a lot, then you feel like you're an alcoholic, but actually, by yourself, you don't
Yeah,
drink a
and
lot.
just
My
exactly.
roommate,
Yeah.
my roommate, it's the same. Like she goes out a lot and she drinks a lot, but since quarantine, it's because I'm how can I say, I'm with her
Yeah.
in our house, and she hasn't drunk since like 1 month.
Hmm.
So
What about you? What have you been drinking?
uh so I went on like 2 or 3 Tinder dates, and I've even during quarantine. I know it's bad, but uh, yeah,
Typical.
I've brought beers, but otherwise I didn't drink. Same.
Wait, so where did you go on the date? Because I'm everywhere here at least is closed. So like, what did you do for it?
I mean, so I matched with no, I went directly to their place. Within yeah, it's the same. Everything's closed
Eh,
over here.
yeah.
Um,
What was your success rate? I think everyone wants to know.
what?
You know exactly what I asked. I said, what was your success rate?
Oh, success rate. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
on the date.
Dude, I struggle with the English accents. It's very thick and
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
it's okay.
Can't help it, but what else?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if I tried to talk French to you, you wouldn't understand shit, right?
Probably not. I have had a French girlfriend for a bit.
Ok, on va essayer. Est-ce que tu comprends ce que je dis actuellement?
No, I didn't learn You think I bothered to learn a language, dude? Get the
Plus,
fuck out.
French is quite on the hard side as well. It's not easy.
Yeah.
There's
Mhm.
like tons of like remote sounds like.
I think all of the listeners right now have just noticed that you dodged that question really well.
All right.
But you're not gonna get away with it with me, mate. No chance.
Uh, I don't know success rate. Just I don't do stats. I don't like do how many girls I match with and how many I actually fuck. But it would probably be like 2%, dude. I match a lot, but I don't.
No,
I,
no, no. I'm talking about the 4 dates you went on.
oh, I didn't go 4 dates, 2 dates.
Oh, 2 dates.
Yeah,
Okay,
two
okay.
dates.
So out of the two.
I fucked both.
Oh yeah, 100%. What a fucking stupid question.
And
Of
otherwise,
course it was.
all right. Otherwise, when I'm not in I mean, the thing is, since we're on quarantine, we couldn't go to a bar, so I went directly to their place.
Hmm.
So they're really, you know, it's like previously understood, like it's implicit. We're gonna fuck.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Uh,
But you know what's in
sometimes girls play hard to get. Like they want some
yeah.
2 3 dates, but
What's really interesting though is that should that percentage, like optimally, be 100%? Because I think that if you, like, okay, this is my theory, right? If you fraud your Tinder pictures enough to get more matches, to get on more dates, at least a few of them will say, wait, you don't look like your picture, I'm not fucking you.
hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But if you don't fraud them, it should be 100%. But I think if you fraud them at least slightly,
Yeah.
your percentage will get lower, but your overall goals will go up. So
Oh, for sure, for
that's
sure.
maybe
I mean,
something to look
women are
into.
so selective, like that. They only go for like Chad looking, and if you, but in real life, they're, you can play with your personality. You have more time to sell yourself, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I, that's what I'm gonna start to do. I mean, I basically on Tinder right now I've got one frauded picture where I like made myself a better gonyo angle and a more
Hmm.
projecting chin as well.
Hmm.
But I think I'm gonna like Photoshop all my pictures really.
Yeah. Have you noticed an increase?
From the morphing,
Yeah.
actually, maybe it's just placebo effect, but I think a little bit, yeah.
Hmm. That's interesting. Because I have a friend, like probably my best friend. He, when it comes to Tinder,
Yeah.
like he blows me out of the fucking water.
Yeah,
And I've tried,
he's like 99 plus in like 20 minutes, right?
yeah, something like that. And then I've actually set him up with girls that I know to go on like double dates and stuff. And like when I've met them in person, they've been like, he looks nothing like his photos. Like he's not good looking.
Oh.
But it's on his photos, he's really good. Whereas in
Some people are like
nightclubs,
really photogenic, but in real life they'll.
yeah.
But
And then,
that's
but
kind
the
of
thing,
rare though. Like when you have good bone structure, you have good bone structure, right?
yeah, yeah. Yeah. But then in nightclubs, for example, I fucking like, I kill it. Like I blow him out the
Yeah,
water.
but you're
But then on Tinder, I'm like, don't get me wrong, I get some success, but
that's
nothing like him.
that's height theory though, right? Like how tall are you?
I'm like 6'3",
Yeah,
so
same dude. And
and I have a huge frame.
how tall is he?
He's actually 6'4", which is
Oh
funny.
yeah, all right, okay.
So it
I
kind
was
of
gonna
kills
say
it a
maybe
little
he's
bit.
got his pretty face, but he's not like height maxed, and
But
that
in
would have
terms of
explained it.
frame,
But maybe he's
in
just shy.
terms
I think he's just shy, and you're like more outgoing.
but the thing is, what we do is this is an incredible game, by the way. If anyone's going out with
Hmm.
friends regularly and they're too scared to approach, this game is next level. So all we do, it's really fucking simple. Like there's nothing to it. Is we walk into a club, right? And I'll point at a girl, and he has to go and talk to her. Or you play rock paper scissors for the first one, and you're just pointing at a girl, and you go and talk to her, and he just has to go, no hesitation, no wait, and he just has to go. He can go over and he can say hi, and then walk away because he gets nervous. Like that's fine, but you just have to go and say anything to her, anything,
That's so fucking cool. I wish I
and
had
then you
like
take
a
her.
group of friends like that. We could like give each other the bets and how,
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
I'm gonna pull up Google Translate because there's some words I don't even know.
Mhm. So basically, like the first one is literally like your heart goes. You're sweating. You're like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I can't believe I'm doing this. You'll talk to them 100% of the time, even if you get rejected. You'll have a pretty good interaction, like because you're in a club, like people are there to get talked to.
Yeah.
Like you always have some kind of laugh.
Oh yeah.
Like I,
I mean, a rejection is much easier to take like in the club than in the street.
yeah, because they'll just be smiling at you
Yeah,
and just be like,
you can just say, "Oh, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm just having
yeah.
fun."
I mean, and the thing is as well with this game is you didn't want to talk to that girl anyway, so it's not like she's above you. Yeah, just as an example of how these like interactions normally go, like this is a typical interaction. So I go up to this girl, and this is the first one, so I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit like not in the like you know how PUA say you get in the zone, and that 100%
Mm,
happens once you've done one approach.
mm.
This one I wasn't in the zone. I went over and I was like, oh hey, like what's your name? Just to this girl at the bar, and she was on her own, so it was clear. I like walked over and started talking to her, and she like told me her name and stuff, and I was like, oh, so who are you here with? She was like, oh, I'm actually here for my fiance's birthday or something, and I was like, oh no, and I just made a joke out of it. I was like, what? How could you do this to me? And she was like, you're
Yeah.
disappointed, aren't you? And I was like, I'm absolutely devastated. And then we just both had a laugh, and then we just walked our separate ways, and it was like, yeah, I got rejected. Yes, her fiance was right behind me, but she had like a funny conversation. I had a funny conversation. Like no one lost. It was funny.
I mean, yeah, you could say it was a soft rejection where you didn't, it didn't hurt your feelings. But
Yeah.
the black pillars would say it's cope, and you just got rejected, really, and
Oh,
you're
yeah, of
just trying
course I got
to,
rejected.
yeah, you're just trying to cope your way into. It's okay. Some
Mhm.
black pillars would say that.
Yeah, and they'd be right, 100%. But she was laughing and smiling afterwards. I was laughing and smiling
Yeah.
afterwards. I didn't even want to talk to her. My friend, I didn't think she was attractive. My friends told me to go and talk to her.
And maybe the real black pill is maybe if she wasn't in a like in a relationship, you probably have better sexual market value than her boyfriend, really.
Oh, like I'd put money on it. honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not being a cocky prick, but like when I walk into a club, like it's very rare unless I go to like the super super popular clubs that
That you see like
I would get
better
out.
looking guys than you.
Very rare, very rare. And
Yeah.
if I do see them, 99% of the time they're smaller as well. If I see a guy who's
Hmm.
taller than me and better looking, then fucking fair play. Like have the girls, you know what I mean? You fucking deserve them. Like
Yeah.
I'll come back next year.
Yeah, being tall, really the only place in the world that I see guys taller than me is at the club. Like, it
Mm.
seems like naturally at the club, taller guys go there more. Like, because
Yeah,
they know they know like they have more success.
that's interesting. I don't honestly see that many tall guys in
Dude,
clubs, but like a
in my city, like all the time, every time I go there, there's one dude who's like six
yeah.
foot six or something. He
You know that feeling?
towers. He touches the ceiling in some places.
How annoying is that feeling when there's someone like taller than you just in the vicinity?
Oh my god, it's like I never experienced this, so this puts into perspective how others must feel like when they're
Yeah.
next to me, I guess.
Uh-huh. See, I used to
So
think it must be
in a
worse
way,
for us.
I'm intimidated, but like it also makes me feel better because that's like I guess it's how people
How
perceive me.
people feel. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But then I used
Oh, by
to
the way,
think I
did
don't.
I must have told you that I actually wear lifts when I go out
Yeah,
sometimes. Not for like work, but like when I go out like on dates or at the club, I actually wear
yeah.
lifts, and I think I go to 6'5". I think
Like what a tragedy for everyone else.
it must add at least like close to 10 centimeters. I think
Yeah. Damn. So did you actually buy like what are lifts? Just because I've heard them talked about, but
us like
is it just higher shoes or?
no, it's like soles, but like they're real thick. So
Ah,
you have to have tall shoes. You can't wear like low shoes with them, otherwise you'll show. You have to wear like Timberlands or something.
yeah. Holy
And
shit! I might actually. Is that expensive?
no, it's like cheap as fuck. It's like 30. I don't even know, man. But it, to be honest, I don't even know if they'll notice. But th- for sure, you do look like even more imposing.
Yeah. See, I wear like tall shoes, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
The key thing is like if you have like short t-shirts, it will make your legs look disproportionately big. So you have to wear things
Mm.
that go down like long t-shirts, like
Right, I
or
see.
or large sweats or
See, how
something.
you always wear like really tight t-shirts.
Yeah, you might
So
have just when you wear the lifts, you might have to wear long t-shirts
yeah.
just so it doesn't look disproportionate.
Mm. It's frustrating because I feel like I've really got like my club style down now to the point where like it's max, like it is max. Like I've got like
Yeah.
3 or 4 outfits, but it's like they're all taken from like Instagram models basically, and then like remade. And I get compliments on them like all the time. Like I really
So
recommend.
you search for Instagram models and you looked at a picture and you inspired yourself for your
Like they have to be Instagram models that aren't like don't look at fucking like international massive like 10 million followers kind of people because the thing is the clothes they're wearing chances are if they wore those gloves where you live people would just be like who the fuck's this guy like you're fucking weird. What you should do is look at the people that are like reality TV stars. So maybe they have like 1 million, but it's all local people. So in the UK, we have Love Island, which means that there's just a constant stream of like
yeah.
20. Every year, there's a new 20 like influencers that have around 1 million followers.
Mm, we have the same thing in France. Like it's called Les Marseillais. So it's
Yeah.
like people who come from a certain city in the south of France called Marseille, and it's
Mm.
reality TV. And it's really popular, and yeah, they dress like they have a good fashion, to be honest,
Yeah.
and they're all good looking, obviously.
Yeah.
I guess you can yeah I guess it's better to draw your fashion sense from these people than from like Kanye West.
Yeah, because like if Kanye West came into a nightclub where I live, people would look at him like he's an absolute freak. I mean, other than the fact that he's Kanye West and everyone would be wanting his autograph, like if I dressed like him.
Oh
Whereas,
yeah.
to be honest, if you look at like Boohoo Man, you can't really go wrong. It's cheap as fuck. It's super high quality.
What's the brand?
Boohoo Man,
Boohooman? I don't know it. I think.
really? I thought it was like a worldwide thing.
I've never heard of it in France. Okay, Boohooman. All
Fair.
right. Maybe I'll cop something.
So you know, what, I'm just gonna tell you guys my typical outfit, and you can literally just copy it because there's gonna be no one where I live like listening to this, so it's not like it's gonna get saturated. So
Hmm.
basically, I wear a black top, maybe a little bit of white writing. So you always pick two colors, right? You pick two colors, and you create your outfit around these colors.
Yeah, I
So I've
think
got black rich jeans.
two or three is pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, you can
You
get
don't
away
want
with
to go
three.
like single color, but you don't want to go like crazy like 69
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. So I have a theory basically that when you go out into a nightclub, right? It's not peacocking what PUAs say, but basically it's like the more things you have on you, or the more like interesting things you have on you, like not interesting as in weird, but I think then the more attractive girls will think you are because they'll just look at you and they'll be checking out like you like say if you wear a bracelet and like five rings and fucking two necklaces and then you've got something around your waist, like they'll catch themselves looking at you just because you've got interesting shit on, and then they start believing that like you're high status because
Hmm.
naturally the people that would wear those kind of trinkets thousands of years ago would be the rich, successful people, right? It's rooted in evolutionary biology, and I don't think anyone ever talks about this, but I've really seen it work.
I might have to disagree with this. Like, if I mean,
Really?
my first thought, if I saw like a black dude with grills and tons of jewelry, I would think like he's overcompensating for something. I mean,
Hmm.
just
It's
like
just been from my experience,
you can have like a
honestly.
nice watch, a nice necklace, but like as soon as you go for like earrings, I think it's going too much for a dude.
Yeah, I would never wear earrings, honestly.
Yeah, I think.
But I have seen the earrings which have crosses, and I have thought they look pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's cool. That's for like TikTok boys. That's really nice look.
Yeah, yeah.
How do they call them? Emo?
I'm not
No.
sure.
Uh, there's like a new
But
trend of like e-boys, e-boys.
e-boys,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
after e-girls, e-boys. But
But
yeah,
also, I want
I've
to get
noticed
your
a lot
view.
of chads. Like I had a really nice chat friend. So he wasn't very tall, but he had the face of the gods. Like he had an
Hmm.
amazing bone structure, very high cheekbones, very projecting jaw, Aryan nose, everything, the brow ridge. And
Yeah.
oftentimes these chads they wear necklaces. I've noticed, at least in my
Yeah.
area. So like
Hmm.
shark tooth necklaces or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have good fashion sense, like and good sneakers, like Nikes, and it's rare to see like a Chad to dressing like a bum, basically.
Yeah. So I'll go back to my outfit just in case people were actually like bothered. But I do think if
Yeah.
you wear this in the club, like you're gonna get attention. Okay,
Oh yeah.
so
Plus, it's
where
like a topic of discussion. Like women
yeah,
can talk about it. Like, what does that
exactly.
mean?
Yeah. I've had that so many
You draw
times with
attention.
like a
You
necklace.
draw attention. But I think if you wear too much, it can deteriorate. It can be intimidating. Maybe.
I just don't see it because I feel like you see influences with it on,
Hmm.
and also I just think the more it makes you stand out without being weird. I think peacocking makes you stand out and be weird, and I feel like this is why tattoos are so fucking attractive because you
Oh
can sit there.
yeah, especially in Britain, right? I've read somewhere that like 1 in 4 Britishers have
Yeah,
tattoos, whereas in
yeah.
France it's way lower.
See, you can sit there and stare at someone's arm tattoo or your girl for like an hour,
Hmm.
looking at all the cool details and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why that. But okay, going back to the outfit, so a black t-shirt with minimalistic white writing on it.
Mhm.
Wear a white jumper, okay, but tie it around your waist. Don't wear it, and it needs to be black and white, mostly white, but then black markings on it. and then black ripped jeans, and then white shoes. So you've got white shoes. It's like white, black, white, black. And then
Mm.
if you're hardcore, you can dye your hair silver or white. And then obviously
Mm.
you want a necklace, a bracelet, one or two rings. If you can get black tattoos with that,
So basically, you're not going for color. You just go black and white.
I have this theory where I feel like everyone either looks better with black, everything, or like mostly black or mostly white.
Mm.
So
Okay.
I've tried this outfit reversed. So with a white t-shirt, black jumper tied around my waist, white jeans and black shoes that just wasn't as good.
Yeah, white jeans is hard to. Yeah, you can dirty it really easily as well.
Yeah, it's so funny you say that because after one night, I had to bin them because they were stained.
Damn. The
Yeah.
white jeans are expensive though. Yeah.
See, I got mine from literally. I buy a lot of stuff from AliExpress.
Okay.
What I do is I'll buy like £50 worth of AliExpress stuff, bin half of it, keep half, and then it ends up being cheaper anyway.
Mm. All right.
It's
Well,
actually a good little life hack.
um, your dress style. I actually have a similar dress style. I mean,
Hmm.
apart from the fact that I have plenty of sweats of different colors, like Jack and Jones yellow sweats and red. I got a lot of red for my tops.
Yeah.
But for the shoes, they're mostly white.
Yes. Yeah.
Apart from
Mhm.
my Timberlands, which are like orange brown. But
Mhm.
yeah, the shoes I've got like two pair of Nikes, some Air Max,
Yes.
and some
Perfect. Yeah.
standard white Nikes as well. And for
Yeah.
my jeans, I wear a lot of black jeans. Like
Ripped.
when I was small, I mean when I was younger, I wore blue jeans. But at some
Yeah.
point in my life,
Fuck that.
yeah, fuck that. At some point in my life, I realized, damn, black jeans are like 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got mostly black jeans and one gray jeans as well, which has like a
Are they
pattern.
ripped for? Like, do you have like the knees shown on the black ones?
What?
Are they ripped?
No, I don't. I don't go
Like
ripped
frayed?
jeans. No, no, no.
Hmm.
I
Why?
go standard slim black jeans.
Yeah, quite slim. Yeah.
I just it's not my style. I don't go. I don't think he would add anything to me.
Fair
Really.
enough. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So then I've got the t-shirts, which are usually my tops. I like to wear color. Basically, I like to have like the black jeans, dark. Plus, it makes my legs look thinner, right?
Yeah.
Because I naturally have really thick legs.
That's interesting.
Maybe it's from the Polish side of my jeans.
Hmm.
Yeah, white shoes, black jeans. My tops are like color. Really, I've got a lot of red, green.
Yeah.
I think it just adds to your. It makes you seem like more approachable, right?
Hmm.
And on top of that, I've got a white coat, blouse type of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that's my typical. And as for jewelry, I just have a watch. I don't have anything else really.
Mhm.
Oh, but I perfume max. Like I wear a lot of perfume and I wear lifts.
Which one? Which
I-
perfume?
Dude, I don't even know.
So there's this perfume in the UK that all the girls fucking talk about because they love it on men that much.
Oh, what is it?
I've never had it, but I'm planning on buying it next month. It's a Savage by Dior.
Okay, Savage Dior. Oh, with that's like the Johnny Depp ad, right?
Honestly, I have no clue. Like, I only know that the only like reason I've heard about it is because on Instagram, girls just will not shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah, there were TV ads and Johnny Depp is in it. He's been representing that.
I see.
specific
So, but it
perfume.
must be next level. So I'm gonna get some next month,
Well,
even though all the clubs are shut.
then I think I'll get it too as well for my next
Yeah.
perfume.
Let's see. I was actually looking. I think this is bullshit, right? But have you heard of the perfumes which apparently have like hormones in them?
What?
It has like pheromones or hormones or something in them. So it's meant to like
Oh, like
They go to
yeah, masculine hormones to attract
yes, yeah,
females.
yeah.
Now, I
It's
think
got
that,
to be bullshit, right?
yeah,
Like,
I think it's got to be bullshit. If it has an effect, it must be like something minimal.
yeah. You're not gonna get some like ugly fat kid walking into a club with his perfume on, and all the girls just drop their pants.
That's the principle of the like Axe ads though.
Yeah,
Yeah, the fat ugly incel puts on
yeah.
some fucking Axe deodorant, and all of a sudden, every girl wants to fuck him.
See, I think when you're a Chad Light, like probably we would class ourselves as.
I think so, just because of my
Yeah,
height and
is that fair?
yeah. I think I'm for
So
sure.
I feel like for us, getting all of these tiny things right, like I feel like the biggest thing I can do is to get like the top tier, like 10 out of 10 girls, like super super hot girls. Like I can get them irregularly, but I want a regular stream, right? And so I feel like the key to doing that, at least for us personally, is just to attract their attention without giving away interest. And I think if you go over to a hot girl in a nightclub and you say, "What fucking time is it?" or some bullshit indirect like pickup line,
Yeah.
they will know within half a second you're hitting on me.
Oh, girls know. Girls know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course
they
they do.
know everything.
So I
Everything
think-
every time you talk to them or look at them, they know you want to fuck her.
Yeah. So I think for us, the guys that probably can't fuck them, but you know, we need something else. Like we need something to separate ourselves from the other Chad lights. Not even the Chad lights that are in the club right now, because like
Basically, we need
when
to
we're in a club
ascend.
with the hottest,
Basically, we need to ascend from Chad light to Chad.
possibly. But I just think like if you dress 10 out of 10 and you're wearing lots of interesting shit, and you're having like a shit ton of fun in the club, like I think that can attract girls as long as you're at a baseline like attraction level. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And I
sure.
think something like
it's a looks
Savage
max.
would help.
It's a looks max, but then again, I mean, okay, if you didn't wear all that, what do you consider yourself out of 10 right now?
Probably like a 7.5.
Yeah. Well, if you dressed like a hobo, you'd probably be like a 6, just because of your height and your facial features. So you could still slay. So it's a looks max, really.
Yeah.
And there's tons of looks max. There's surgery. There's maybe you could have even better results while dressing like a hobo and just getting like a hair transplant or something.
That's true.
But
So
yeah, every looks. The thing is that's a simple, affordable looks max. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you the story of like this is the number one looks max, I think, and it's so I was at a club. I was playing that. It was on the same night. It's the night I walked up to that girl and like she had a fiance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the next one, my friend said, "Go and talk to that girl over there," and I ended up kissing this girl, getting with her. I got her Insta because I wanted to leave the club, and she had to stay to meet a friend or something. So I was like, "Whatever."
Wait. So your friend went to the girl after you?
No, a different girl.
Oh,
He pointed at a different girl. And so I went over to this different girl, got up with her, like I said, like kissed her. And then we were leaving and she had to stay because she was meeting a friend.
Okay.
And so later on the night, I go to like at the late night club that's open everywhere when everywhere else is shut. And I'm kissing her in the club because she was there. And then a different girl, like a fucking mate, I tell you, she was like supermodel hot.
Damn.
Like 12 out of 10 my type, like super
What's
hot.
your type?
I like girls that like blonde,
Yeah.
like Instagram girls, basically.
See, I prefer brunettes.
That's good then. So if we ever meet up then.
For me, it's like tall brunettes, very slim, with like big butts, and strong eyebrows. I like that. I mean, we can talk later about that. Yeah. Keep going with the story.
I'll get back. So that girl, goes, I talked to that girl for a bit, and she's like, I'm not feel like she's probably like a 6.5. Like, so she's decent, but she's nothing special. Like, and I'm talking to her, and she's like, "Oh, I've got to get a coach tomorrow, so you can't come back to mine." And so I'm like, and then I'm like, she doesn't live here, so there's nothing going to happen between us. This girl goes upstairs, and I see that the 10 out of 10 hot girl just staring at me, and I'm like, I can't fucking not. So I go over, start talking to her, and she's like, "Oh, is that your girlfriend?" And I was like, "Yeah, she's gonna come down and kick your ass in a minute. She's gonna beat you up." And like within 30 seconds, me and her were kissing.
Damn.
And she like, yes, I was the first one to say something, but she initiated it by like fucking staring. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So did you fuck her?
Yeah, that girl came back to my
Fuck.
house, and eventually, yeah,
Was it a one-time thing?
we talked for a bit after, and like I was gonna take her on a date and stuff, but it just kind of like fizzled out because it was funny. She left her perfume at my house, and I think she did it on purpose so that we'd have to meet up again.
Oh yeah, girls do that sometimes.
I was like, "You're fucking
Women
smart."
leave shit
like,
all the time at my place, like toothbrush, bracelets.
But I ended up giving her perfume away to another girl that I liked.
Oh.
So I kind of fucked it up.
Did you tell her the backstory, or did you just say,
Yeah, I told her.
That's my perfume? Okay.
I told her pre-selection, like all about the pre-selection. I think it works like an absolute charm. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I got
that's
that girl's.
Yeah, that's another thing with like chads versus incels. Incels, they all the time they like trying not to offend the women, whereas like chad and chad lights, they don't give a fuck. Like, offending the women is basically, I get confidence, I don't need you, etc.
Yeah, I honestly feel like if I wasn't kissing a girl in that club and then that girl there, that girl wouldn't have looked twice at me.
So that's pre-selection, basically. You're saying that's the biggest Looksmax.
I'm not saying it's the biggest Looksmax, but I'm saying as a boy, okay, like we have the capacity to pull unbelievable girls, but you need to use every tool that's at your fucking disposal to be able to do it.
That's true.
So you need to dress impeccably, you need to smell impeccably, you need to wear jewelry, you need to have tattoos, you need to be lean as fuck, there's so much fucking shit you need to do. But if you're not willing to do it, I fucking will. And when we're in a club together, I'll win. I promise you that. You need to be willing to do absolutely fucking everything. And if you haven't done absolutely everything, you don't deserve the girl I do.
But so Face and LMS, he says that like you can gain like maybe 3 points by Looksmaxing by doing everything, basically gym maxing, style maxing, surgery maxing. Like if you're a 3, if you're a 3 and you've got like recessed features, you're never gonna go past the 6. Like, it's just genetics. You can't cheat nature. Yeah. But the thing with men is like you can Looksmax to, well, let's say in theory a 6, and then you can like status max and money max yourself to.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you can do that. You can status max yourself to like an 8.
Yeah. If you can Looksmax, everyone can Looksmax to the point where if they're, because this is how I see it, is like, let's say I was an ugly guy, or I was like, I had never done any Looksmaxing whatsoever, and I was kissing that girl in front of that 10 out of 10, but the girl walks away to go to the toilet. That 10 out of 10 wouldn't look at me again, because like I'm not at her standard. I'm not at her standard looks wise.
Yeah.
But all you need to do is get to a certain standard of being acceptable, and then given certain conditions, you'll be able to get her. Whether that's needing certain money, whether it's being a manager, right? I would get that girl. I'd get that 10 out of 10 if I was her manager at work, and I played it smart.
So, one funny example of that is, the Logan Paul podcast?
Yeah.
So there's one guest, one regular dude out there on there. It's Mike Majlock.
Is he the one with Lana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you look at the head of this dude, he's got a very low facial width to height ratio. So basically, his face is very narrow, long. So that's a definite that's a death sentence by black pill, science.
Yeah.
And so he's style maxed. He's got nice features, but I think he's like, if he didn't have any status, he'd be
he'd be a no one.
He'd be a 4 to a 5 max, dude. You can't get away with a narrow face nowadays. It's very hard. So yeah, I mean, I think the sole reason for which he's got Lana is his status, really.
Of course, yeah.
And to be honest, if Logan Paul, which on the PSL scale is much higher, were to ask Lana, he would have gotten her as well, I think.
Oh, 1,000,000%, yeah, of course. And he's fuck ugly. Like, he is ugly.
Mike? Yeah.
No, even Logan.
No, dude. Logan,
Mate,
okay.
He has no facial symmetry, like, whatsoever.
Okay, Logan, no, dude. He's definitely higher than the average normie.
But what I'm saying is, let's say
he's got, okay, look at his jaw. Okay, first of all, he's got a good beard implantation. Like, only 10% of guys can have beards with implantations like that, like beard that grows on the cheeks. Second of all, he's got a nice projecting jawline. He's tall. The dude is like 6'3", 6'4", I think. I'd say the only thing he's got lacking is eye area. He's got a shitty eye area, as well as receding hairline. But all the rest is nice, dude. He's definitely a 7.
If you make yeah, sure. But that's what I'm saying. Like a 7, a normal 7. If I met Lana, put it like this, I think I'm better looking than Logan Paul. If I met Lana in a club, I probably wouldn't be able to pull her.
Yeah, she doesn't even go to the same clubs, dude.
No, what I'm saying, let's say she did. Let's say I went to fucking, I don't know, Cali.
Yeah.
Looksmaxing for their looks, for their kind of style. I wouldn't be able to pull her.
That's the thing. Lana, in addition to being both good looking, she's money maxed and she's status maxed.
Yeah.
So she. The only way you should go for a guy that's not status maxed is if he was an absolute 10 out of 10. And believe me, when you're a 10 out of 10, you can easily get status. So
yeah, that's true. That is true.
I mean,
I guess
yeah, go ahead.
If she wasn't money and status maxed, and we were in a club together, maybe I probably would be able to. On second thoughts. So,
dude, I just looked at a picture and Mike is actually really fucking tall. So I'm taking back. I said he was a 4. He's probably like a 5.5 because he's taller than Logan. The dude is like 6'4" or 5.
Dumb. But I guess that's I think the point we're trying to make is that looksmaxing is incredibly fucking important.
Oh, it's the most important.
Yeah, it's super important. Because if you don't match a girl's standards, it doesn't matter what game, what fucking tools.
It doesn't matter if Danny DeVito walks in the club with fucking necklaces. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. And with the best game in the world, he's kissing girls. Like
even with the fucking Axe perfume.
Not even with Savage.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. But
the
thing is, looksmaxing, I think it's probably the hardest to change as well, let's be honest. But the thing is, the effects, like, it amplifies everything, right?
With looksmaxing, I think you can easily add 1.5 points, and above that, it's increasingly hard. Like, I mean, there's simple things like gym max, clothes max, that's perfume max, that's easy looks max. You can do this in a few months with little money. But surgery maxing, that's tricky.
But I genuinely think you can go up 4 points. But it depends
I
on
don't
where
think you
you
can.
stand.
I don't think you can actually add 4 points like just on looks. You can add
I've
4 points
seen
to your general SMV with status and money, but
I think you can. I've honestly seen it. You
mm,
go on Reddit and look at the weight loss threads and sort by top of all time. You'll see guys going from like literal zero, like as in like no girl would fuck ever, to like 7 or 8.
I think with weight loss it's different. Like if you got a fat fuck, he's automatically a 2 out of 10. But
That's true.
yeah, if he melts, uh, he and he has good facial bone
Yeah.
structure, then maybe
Yeah.
he can reveal himself into a fucking 7 out of 10 or 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, if he had like good facial structure and he had been accepted, then they would, in society and by girls, there would have been no reason for him to eat himself into escapism, basically. So
I mean, relationships do that though. Like I got pretty fat when I was because I got in a relationship and just didn't care what I looked like anymore. Because I wasn't aware of the black pill or red pill. I just thought I can get as fat as I want and this girl's still love me. Shock, put on fucking 5 or 6 stone and then she left me.
Yeah.
Fucking wow.
What a
who would have
shocker.
known?
Lol.
But I think, yeah, I guess if your looks minned right now and you're like just an absolute mess, like you've got a beard that isn't
Yeah.
shaped, like your hair's all over the place, you're fat, you can't see your face, like you can literally, you might be a child.
You're 1 out of 10. You can actually go to a 7 or 8.
Yeah.
But for a regular dude who's got basically a guy that's not looksmend, a regular dude, I don't think he can go past like +3 points. You can't like Face says, you can't change your face
unless you. I mean, yeah, I guess you can't
unless you surgery, Max.
Yeah, unless you get surgery in it, you spend a fortune.
But then again, it depends on the surgery. For example,
That's
Mike. So if you've got a recessed chin, that's pretty easy to fix, just implants. But for like Mike, he's got a narrow face. He can't. There's nothing to do. He can do a left. I think it's called left fort. But yeah.
I think it just depends on what's wrong with you, doesn't it? Like you can't. I don't think it's possible to say to someone like, you can't go up 3 points. But
no.
I don't think you can't make a general rule because it just depends on what's wrong with you. Like if your hairline is just fucking ruined and you're bald, you might be like, you might be like a 3 or a 4, but you could go up to like a 7 or an 8.
Yeah, for sure.
But then if it's because your face is too narrow, then you like, sorry, dude. You can do a lot of maxing, but you're not going to get over 2 points.
The thing with red pill coaches is they often say, yeah, looks don't matter, just status max and money max. But realistically, like one dude out of 100 is going to be status maxed, and one dude out of, I don't know, 10 is going to become like the top manager or something. The vast majority of guys, they should really focus on their looks max.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think if you money max and status max, you might end up fucking Bill Gates and be able to like fuck a shit ton of prostitutes. But realistically, like the easiest, like I know for a fine fact that if you want to money max, if you want to looks max, you will looks max. Like there's not, whereas money max and status max, it's a huge gamble.
Yeah.
You can work hard your entire life and not get past this, like a certain level.
For sure.
Whereas if you go to the gym every fucking day, you take steroids, you save up for surgery and then you get surgery, you fix all the shit that's wrong with you, you will looks max. There's no fucking if or shit about it. It will happen.
Now, about steroids, I think I kind of disagree with you. So I think, women like a nice body, especially like a low body, fat body. But
Yeah.
I think like too much muscle. I've had a lot of women around me telling me just it scares them. It's like
Oh, completely agree.
you can kill her instantly. So
Yeah, completely agree. If you get too big, then people don't like it.
plus they
But the thing is,
plus they question your motives. They're like, why?
yeah, yeah, that's very true. But what I'm trying to say is if you take steroids, okay, you're not going to wake up one day and be like, holy shit, I'm too fucking big. What have I done? Oops. Go back. Like, I'm fucked.
Oh, okay.
Like, I promise you're not just going to wake... Yeah. I promise you, you're not going to wake up one day. Like, putting on muscle is fucking hard. Even with... It's fucking hard. You're not going to wake up one day and be like, shit, I'm too big. It'll be over a process of, like, it'll probably take you 2 to 3 years before you even start looking like you're approaching getting too big. So at any point you want to be like, oh wait, I'm too big. First off, you'll stop taking steroids and all the water weight will drop out around a stone. Typically, around 14 to 12 pounds will drop out of you instantly. So if you think, fuck, I'm too big, you can stop taking steroids for next week. You're 12 pounds lighter.
I see what you basically when people think about steroids, they think about only the extreme cases, like Green. What's his name? Kai
Green.
Yeah, Kai Green.
Yeah,
but
you're not going to get that. You're not going to.
Yeah, after all, David Lade, which looks really good, who looks really good.
Exactly.
Yeah, he does steroids, right?
Yeah, of course, without a doubt. And if he doesn't, then fair play to him. But if you go on steroids, there will be a point where you look like David Lade before you get anywhere near Kai Green. And I promise you, it's very unlikely that anyone listening right now can come anywhere close to Kai Green because his genetics are just through the fucking roof.
Yeah, plus I don't think that's a goal. Like you shouldn't aim for that. That's gonna Looksmaxing you.
It's not looks. The thing is with it though, I will say is that if you show Kai Green to 100 random girls, okay, 100 and 99 will probably say, no, that's disgusting. Okay, but if you take Kai Green to an expo, line up the girls and say, who wants to fuck it? All of them will say yes.
Yeah, basically you're targeting to a specific audience.
Yeah, which is what I was actually going to ask you about this, because this applies to nightclubs and everyday life. And so let's move away from bodybuilding because it's like we're never going to get to be Kai Green. But you say in nightclubs, do you wear things that appeal to certain girls but will completely turn other girls off? Have you tried it?
Like what?
So, for example, one thing I've tried before is like a fake nose ring, but you can't tell it's fake, obviously.
Okay.
Some girls are literally putting their Tinder bios, I only want guys with nose rings.
Really? I've never seen that in France.
I think the girls here.
Then again, I'm not in a really big city, but
yeah.
Thing is, when you Looksmax, you want to improve your odds, and when you want to improve your odds, I think it's better to go for the general female population and not trying to go for the niche, because when you go for a niche, you're automatically reducing yourself to a smaller pool. Like if you want to,
isn't your percentage higher with them?
If you want hipster max, then you're gonna appeal to hipster women, but hipster women are only like 2% of the population. Whereas if you Looksmax in general, while still being attractive to everybody, you still have like the 100% pool,
I guess. See, the thing is I've seen theories that people have said, okay, girls don't like bodybuilders. I'll go back to bodybuilders just periodically. Girls don't like bodybuilders, but if you see muscly guys on nights out, a lot of the time they're with a really hot girl. Yeah. And it's because 1 in 100 girls might find that attractive, but how many guys is there that look like a bodybuilder? It might be 1 in 1,000 men, which means for every guy, there's 10 girls that want someone that look like him. And so your odds are actually a lot better.
Yeah,
by doing that.
you're you're singling yourself out.
Yeah, like there might be 10 girls that like guys with nose rings, but only 5 guys on that night out that actually have nose rings on. And so for
Yeah,
every girl, there's two guys.
it's like in some countries there's like literally no black guys. So
Uh-huh.
even like 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10 black guy, he would have
Yeah.
success on Tinder just because it's a rarity.
Yeah.
So same for white guys in like some African countries or something, or Asian
Yeah.
countries. So I guess when you're specific, you can actually improve your odds. Yeah, you've changed my mind.
I think it's like
But
I've tried both, to be honest,
at the
but
same time, like if you're already good looking, I think
that's true. Yeah.
it's a looks. For example, like Sean O'Pryor or Jordan Barrett, they would
Yeah.
have. I mean, why would they go on steroids? They already have. It would be a
That's
looks.
true.
It would be a looksman for them.
Yeah. I guess it's just if you're probably a 6 out of 10 or below, then you should try and work out the ratio of girls to guys, like the girls that like those kind of guys and how many guys it is. And if you can figure out a niche where there seems to be less guys that are like that, but more girls that actually want a guy like that,
Mm-hmm.
then 1,000,000% like go for it. If you're a 6, then you're probably not going to pull anywhere. You might as well go for it.
Another topic I've got is what do you think is better, like smaller cities like 100,000 people or big cities like 10 million?
I think it depends on how good looking you are.
Exactly. So I think if you're a 10 out of 10 or between a 7.5 and a 10, it's better to go for the big cities because you're gonna have thousands and thousands of matches.
Yeah.
But if you're like between a 4 and a 7.5 in a big city, all the women, there will be so many guys above you in terms of looks, because in a big city, there's so much people that there's going to be guys above you. So women are probably going to pick them first. Whereas if you go to a smaller city, you will be closer to the top, basically, because there will be less good-looking guys. So I think, I think below a 6, it's better small cities. Above it might be better, big cities.
And you know what else this works for?
No.
Nightclub sizes.
Yeah.
So if you're like a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10 and you go to a small nightclub, there might be 5 hot, well, especially where I live, there's more hot girls than it is hot guys, right? So if you go to a small nightclub, all of these hot girls are staring at you.
Yeah.
If you go to this really big nightclub,
there's better looking guys.
There's going to be like a 1 8 out of 10 that's just got like all the girls fucking.
Oh, for sure.
Gagging for it. So it works for nightclub sizes too, in like a localized environment.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Right. What do you say we wrap things up for this episode?
Yep, I think we've covered more than we could ever imagine. If you say you haven't pressed that record button, I'm blocking you. I never speak to you again.
Nah, it's been recording this whole time.
Wicked. Cool. Well, I hope you guys learned something anyway.
Yeah. Thank you for listening, and see you on the next episode. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.